Hey everybody, it's Dominic from the Primetime Treasure eBay store and YouTube channel. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to switch over to a tip video, and it has to do with this item you may remember seeing me pick up at a garage sale earlier this year. It's an ohms tester. Now what I did with it is I tested it when I was at the sale with batteries to make sure it worked, because of course there were no batteries in it, and then I tested it. It did indeed work. So this is a good item to flip. I cleaned it up. It was dirty on the outside all over, so it just took a paper towel and water. That's it, just damp paper towel, and cleaned it all up. So now it's looking really nice. There's one problem left with it though. Now I could technically sell it like this, but I'd like to not if I could avoid it, which is, if you remember when I bought this, the back of it has the person's initials on it, CRH. And unless the person who buys this also has the initials CRH, this isn't really a desirable thing to have on there. Now again, someone probably will buy it who's just looking at it for functional purposes, but it will increase the chances that it will sell if I don't have that on there. So what could I do? Well, there's a simple solution. There's actually several simple solutions. One thing you could do is you could take toothpaste and baking soda and then get a toothbrush and just rub it all out, get it together, and just, continue to rub until it comes out. But an even easier solution that you don't have to prepare anything for, I'm sure many of you just have one of these regular pink erasers around. So all you have to do, believe it or not, is take this pink eraser. Now if you want to, you could rub a little rubbing alcohol on it in advance, like an alcohol pad. That won't be enough to get this off in and of itself usually, but it does have a little chemical in there that could kind of loosen up the permanent marker there to make it a little bit easier to come off. So I did rub a little rubbing alcohol on there. But then the main thing though is you just take this eraser and just rub with the eraser like this, and you'll see what happens. You just got to keep rubbing it, keep rubbing it. Now you do have to put a little bit of elbow grease inside of it, but just keep applying that elbow grease and you'll see that it starts to fade away. Now another thing that I've done is I've taken some baking soda and I've taken some toothpaste and I've put them both together a little bit into a little dish kind of container like this, and just mix it around with a fork. And basically what that will do is make a little pasty solution. There's no exact amounts, just just put a little bit of each inside, just try to keep it proportional. And again, that'll create this little paste. And then what you could do is you dab it with a toothbrush, obviously not one that you're going to then use on your teeth later, just use it for kind of cleaning projects like this. And you're just going to rub it on the plastic that has the permanent marker on it, and that's also going to weaken it, and we'll just kind of combine that with the eraser. So they'll just kind of move back and forth between those things. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is apply some of the toothpaste and baking soda solution onto it like this, and just keep rubbing it, keep rubbing it, keep rubbing it like that. And then what you could do is you'll just take a napkin or something like this, wipe down the item. So now I'm just going to go back at it with the eraser and just keep working hard at it, and then eventually, I'll show you in a second here, just going to wipe some of the lint off. Just take a napkin, and here you go. We no longer have the H, and you can see some of the R's fading out. So I'll show you this one more directly. I know I didn't have the camera on it totally the whole time, but with this one we'll do it more direct. So just gonna take this, a little bit messy, but that's okay, and just keep rubbing it on like this. So just keep going. Now, it's not going to totally get it off right now. It's kind of a process. It needs to just kind of weaken it. And so you just gotta have to keep going at it. And you gotta realize when you're doing this, the chemicals from the baking soda and the toothpaste are just kind of wearing it down, and that's what you're kind of doing. So don't worry if it doesn't just all immediately come off, but you could even see there it's starting to fade more, okay? So when that happens, that kind of primes it. No pun intended with Primetime Treasure, but it does. It really primes it so that you could go in now, hit it with the eraser, and it should be weak enough that it mostly starts to fade off. This is what I was kind of doing before, but wasn't totally showing it on the camera. But now you could just see, I'm just going to keep rubbing it like this, keep rubbing it so you could see it for yourself and know that there's no trickery involved or anything like that. It's really just, you know, working at it like this. Now, if these things were brand new, if this was brand new, by the way, this would easily sell for about $50. But since it's pre-owned, I'll probably get around $25 out of it. And I wound up getting it for like $1 or $2 or something like that. It wasn't anything crazy expensive. And it's pretty light, so it should fit in first class. So you can see here, it's really starting to fade away. Not totally gone yet. So I'm just gonna hit it with the toothpaste and the baking soda one more time. And hopefully that will kind of do it. So we'll just kind of keep going at it like this. All right. Now I'm just gonna wipe it off again here. And hopefully one more time with this will do it. So I'll just kind of work it like that. Kind of getting it. And it's pretty much coming off now. You know, this is a good example of how you just can't give up at it. Just got to keep going back at it. And oh my goodness, this really looks so much better. I think it's almost all off now. This really looks so much better compared to what we had before. So now, and this literally took me, I mean, you saw how long it took. I mean, this is not a long time. This probably won't even be a really long video, but still a really helpful one. I mean, how long did it take me to take some baking soda, common product you have around, take some toothpaste, mix it together with a fork, wipe it down periodically with a paper towel, take an eraser, which you all probably have laying around, and now get that big giant CRH off of the back. I don't have to worry about that being a factor. It's going to limit my sale. You know, these are the types of things. It's taking that extra step. It's going that extra mile that helps separate you from the pack. This is just one example of it. There's many examples. It could be customer service. It could be the way you pack your items, the way you describe things and listings. Go a little bit extra beyond what the next person is willing to do, and that will help make you successful. So this is a great example of it. I hope that you use this later in the future, some other time, something like this happens, you get an item like this. Don't let it stop you from buying it at the sale. So now you know, no problem. It has, you know, letters written on permanent marker. I could get that off. So if you ever do that, make sure you drop a little comment down below. Let me know that in the, in the description section. If you like this video, just hit the like button. Join my Facebook group for additional reselling tips. We're at almost at 2,000 members in that group. It's going to hit that pretty soon. It's very exciting. And I think I'm like one person away from 800 subscribers to this channel. So we're getting closer and closer to my goal of 1,000. Thanks so much for coming back and checking out these videos. I really, really appreciate it. Sorry I couldn't get to a video last night. I just cannot get to one every single night, but please know I do try my best. And if I can't get to a video on YouTube, I'm definitely trying to at least drop something really quick on Instagram in terms of video. So make sure you're following me on Instagram, because there's stuff I'm putting on there, like some things I put tonight. I put another good kind of packing and shipping related tip on there tonight. It's like a minute long or 45 seconds long. So I'm doing like quick minute long things on there. It's not going to be something that shows up on this channel. So check that out. I'm at Primetime Treasure on Instagram. So follow me there. No S, it's at Primetime Treasure. All right, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you at the next one. Take care.